Good morning and welcome to Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. Happy 4th of July. We're so glad that you tuned in to have a session with us this morning before you begin your holiday celebrations today. And our certified yoga instructor, Becca Impello, is ready for us today. She has been practicing and teaching yoga for more than 20 years. We want to remind you, though, AARP empowers people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization that has over 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate for those 50 plus. AARP is committed to offering opportunities for people to stay engaged in your home, even if it's a holiday. The Mindful Movement series provides an opportunity for you to keep moving in the safety of your home. All right, Becca, what we got today? Happy 4th.
Happy 4th, Margie. Glad to be with you today before we get moving on to barbecue and food and fire.
Yeah.
It'll be good to get our bodies loosened up and moving before all that. And I thought today, I was thinking, what can we do for what would be a good preparation for 4th of July activities, And so I thought, well, let's work on the neck and the upper back so that we're all ready to look up at the sky later tonight and fireworks, right? We got to loosen up that neck and help that mobility so we can look at the sky.
Very exciting, very exciting. But remember, everybody, before you begin any exercise program, make sure that you consult with your physician to make sure that it is safe to participate. All right, Becca, we're going to let you take it away and get us ready for watching those fireworks.
All right, very good. And I'll just make another comment about, how to move and use and enhance your mobility in your neck safely. So our first rule is don't force your neck or your head to move into something that's painful. We want to just avoid anything that's painful. So I'm talking about sharp pain, stabbing pain, strong pain, something that's a little tight. Is okay, right? So you have to decide, what's just a tight feeling in your neck muscles, and what's something more significant. And if you're not sure, then just back off a little bit. So all the movements that we're going to make that involve the neck, you can make them whatever size works for you, right? We're just trying to enhance each of our own individual mobility there. We're not trying to put us all in the same ability to move or go different directions. So just keep that in mind, all right? So we won't just do the neck. We'll move the rest of the body some too, but we are going to just see if we can focus on improving the mobility there for the neck and the upper back. So let's sit tall and start with a couple of deep breaths. We'll do a lot from seated in the chair, but we'll also do some things standing, all right? So sit tall, let the arms drop down to your sides. And when you're ready, take an inhale breath and raise those arms out and up. Exhale. Drop them down. Okay, so inhale, raise the arms up. I like to turn the palms up as I raise the arms and turn the palms down as I lower them. All right. Now, however high you can raise those arms, that's where you take them. Maybe all the way overhead, like I just showed. Maybe they stop somewhere else, like shoulder height or a little bit above the shoulders. All right, we're going to do 3 more, and I'm going to invite you to start moving that head and neck. So I want you just to, as you raise those arms, let the eyes drift up. See how that feels. As you exhale and drop the hands down, let the chin come down towards the chest. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, look down. One more time. Let the head stay down. The arms can rest in your lap. Just let the weight of the head be there for a moment. And then start to gently roll that head, shoulder to shoulder. So just roll the ear over to one side, back across the center, roll that head up onto the other shoulder and back across the center. Now let's just go slowly side to side a few times. This is where you can start to notice what's the sense of tightness or stiffness. Is that sensation, an okay sensation, or is it something that's a little, more significant that you need to back off of your movement for? And does that sensation in those tissues change as you do a few more rounds? Does that stiffness or tightness start to get a little less intense? That's a good sign, right? Then you're safe to keep on going as you are. If some of those sensations get more strong or intense, then that's a good sign to back off a little bit or to simply take a break. Let's do 3 more rolls. All right, bring that chin to center now. Pick the head up. Now let's roll the shoulders. So we can help the mobility in our neck by getting nice mobile shoulder blades and upper back, right? And that's an area of the body that stays fairly stiff or can stay fairly stiff for a lot of people just because of our cultural demands, right? We do a lot of sitting. We may spend a lot of time at a computer or in a car, and that tends to make our upper back more stiff. All right, now let's try to break this down a little bit. I want us to do one shoulder at a time. So roll one shoulder up and back. Let yourself turn a little bit. Look to that side. And then roll the other shoulder up and back. Turn and look in that direction. So let's do that slowly, side to side. This starts to get our trunk beginning to move. We start to get a little twist in there. Now you can keep this mostly a shoulder roll, or you can start to pick up your arm. Maybe lead with the elbow. Maybe do a straight arm. Reach it back. Good. A couple more times. Good. 2 more, 1 on each side. All right, and then come back to center. Sit up nice and tall. One of the things we can do to help with motion in our neck is to make sure that we're really lifting up right through the crown of the head before we begin to make any movements. That's especially true of that head going back movement that we're going to need to see the fireworks, right? If we are slouched, rounded, head forward, and then we try to look up, 1, we're just not going to be able to go very far, and 2, it's more likely to sort of pinch or aggravate, all the stuff at the back of our neck. So if we sit up nice and tall, we're going to have a lot more movement for the head and neck. So sit up tall and start to turn right and left. Just checking out all of our movements for the neck. So just notice how it feels to turn right and left. Encourage you to go slowly, approach that edge or limit to your motion gradually. All right, with the head facing forward, now we'll make a different movement. Sit up tall, then tilt the head side to side. I tend to feel a bigger stretch with this movement than the other movement. You may find the same, or it could be different. But each time I bring myself back through the center, I'm trying to sort of reach up a little taller through the crown of the head. All right, now bring it back to center. Now let's reach up nice and tall and gently tilt the head back and then tilt the chin forward. Sit up tall, tilt it back any amount. See what you notice. How does it feel? It may be that there's not a lot of room to go there. Don't force. 1 more time. All right, good. Now, let's do just a little more movement for the upper back. All right, so hands come up to the heart. Let's pull back and try to squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then push forward and get a little more rounded. I'm going to show this from the side just so you can see what I'm doing with my upper back. So as I pull, I'm trying to get that chest forward, a little bit of arch in that upper back, and then push, I get rounded. And this way I'm mobilizing that middle part of the spine. Let's do this a couple more times. This is a nice one to take a nice deep breath. Inhale, pull. Exhale, push. Now you can start to make a little bigger movement with the head if you want. So as you pull the arms back and arch, see how it feels to look up. Lift the chin. As you push forward and you round, see how it feels to drop the chin. Good. 2 more. right, let those arms drop down to your sides. Sit towards the front of the chair. You can hold on to one side if you'd like. We're going to reach one arm up and overhead, or you can put your hand on the top of your head and stretch over through the side body. This helps us loosen up the spine. And then bring it back to center. Drop that arm. Take the other arm up or to the top of the head. Lean through the side body. And back to center. Okay, let's do that a couple more times. Reach up. Go over. Come back tall. Drop the arm down. Reach up on the head or all the way up towards the sky or the ceiling. One more time each side. And release. All right, roll those shoulders again. Now we'll do a little bit of a twist, and then we'll do some stuff standing. So sit tall and turn to one direction. Go ahead and place that hand across to the opposite knee in front. Other hand could hold the chair high or low, or it could reach back. Okay, so see what feels right for you. Now find that length up through the spine, even though it's a twisted spine now, all the way up through the crown of the head. Get the crown of the head nice and tall. This means the chin might drop down a little bit. And then I want you just to turn the head itself. The rest of the spine stays as it is, but look towards the front shoulder and then turn slowly, look towards the back shoulder. And again, move slow, approach your edge, your limit gradually. Good. Next time your head comes back towards the front, unwind the rest of the spine and just pause a moment. Take a full breath in and out. See if you can feel the effects of that twist in your body, the physical sensations left over. All right, and then we'll go the other direction. Sit tall, twist the other way. Use those hands where you'd like them, on the knee, maybe on the chair. Get up nice and tall. Find that lift through the crown of the head, slight drop of the chin. And then start to turn the head alone at the top of the spine towards the front, towards the back. Good. 2 more turns of the head. Good. Turn it back to center. Give those shoulders a little roll. All right, let's come on up to standing. And we're going to use the chair as our prop. So position yourself so that you can face the seat of the chair. And we'll use that to make a tabletop type position for our body. This could also be done on the floor in hands and knees. All right, so as I bring myself down to tabletop, I want to push into those arms so that I've got strong, engaged arms. It's fine to bend your knees if your hamstrings are a little too tight to feel comfortable with straight legs. All right, now I want you to think about, see if you can feel, is your head lining up with your spine? Or is it hanging down below it? Or is it lifting up? If you're looking over the back of your chair, if you're trying to look at your computer or your phone, you may be tilting your head up. And I'd like you to keep it down. I want you to keep that chin sort of, tucked in just a little bit, as if you had like an orange underneath, let's say a clementine, a mandarin orange underneath your chin. All right, now I want you to just turn your head in this position. Turn it right and left. We use the muscles of the neck a little differently when we turn the head in this position because gravity is a little bit different in relation to our body parts, right, than it is sitting up. So it's a good way to strengthen and tone some of the muscles of the neck. All right, now let's add to this a little bit. Next time you turn your head right, go ahead and pull or reach up with that right arm as well and turn the whole body. And then bring it back down to face the chair and turn the other way. Now you may notice that your knees just kind of naturally do a little shift here where one knee will straighten and one knee will bend as you take it into that twist. So just let that happen. Now again, remember this could be the straight arm reach like I'm doing, or it could be a bent elbow, or it could be hand coming to your hip if it doesn't feel comfortable to straighten your arm. Good, a couple more times. All right, now back to center. Now let's go ahead and do cat and cow. This is where we use the whole spine and move it to a rounded spine with the chin tucked and the tail tucked. And then bend knees for the second one. Tail lifts, chin lifts. All right, so back and forth. We're getting some of that tilting back and forth movement at the head and the neck. And get the rest of the spine a little loosened up as well. Three more times. All right, last one. Now we'll flatten it out and walk the feet back. Just start walking the feet back and trying to lengthen out. If this feels too low, you could take your hands up to the top of the chair instead, okay, and do this stretch that way. This is like downward facing dog. We do it with the chair. You can soften your knees if you want. You can shift a little bit back and forth if you'd like. One more breath here. Good, and then let's walk it in. Slowly come up to standing. Stand tall. All right, now we're just going to stand for this next one. We won't need to use the chair, okay? So just stand tall, comfortable spacing between your feet so you feel nice and stable, hands at the heart, all right? So we're going to do just a little movement to sequence that I think is real good for the upper back and the neck. Gets us moving through all those ranges of motion that we've been playing around with. So we will pull back and then reach the arms down. Lift the chest, lift the chin. And then reach the arms out and up. And then as the hands come back down to the heart, drop the chin, sort of follow those hands down. All right, and then pull the arms back, bring the chin up to level, reach the arms down, lift the chin up, sweep the arms up, and then tuck the chin as the hands come back down to the heart. Let's do that a couple more times. Pull back. Chin level, reach back and down, chin up, reach the arms out and up, and then bring the hands and the head back down. Two more times. Pull, extend the arms, look up, reach up, hands back to the head, heart, drop the chin down. Again, last time, pull, reach back, look up, reach out and up, bring it back down to center. And pause here, let the arms drop, chin is forward, give it that roll from shoulder to shoulder like we did at the beginning, and seated. Just see if is anything feeling different. Good. Bring it back to center and lift it up. All right, now we're going to sit in the chair. I'm going to leave my chair turned this way so that you'll be able to sort of see what I'm doing here from the side. Now, everybody's got different chairs, right? So sometimes this doesn't work great depending on your chair. So if you find that your chair just isn't amenable to this one, then you would just not use the back of the chair like I'm going to, and you would just do as much of a back bend in your upper back as feels comfortable for you without it, all right? So you can try your chair out, scoot back in it, and then see if you can just gently lean over the back of the chair. And I'm going to invite you to place your hands behind your head. And give that chin a slight tuck. Use the hands just to support the head. And just take it comfortably back. So you're not letting the head just fall back. I'm using my arms to keep my head pulled up, right? So that we don't go too far, but trying to mobilize that upper back. All right, and then sit back up. Let the hands come forward to the knees. Get a little bit rounded. All right, let's try that again. All right, sit tall. Remember, if the back of your chair doesn't work for you, sit forward and just lift up and lean back as much as feels comfortable. And then come forward. Hands to the knees. Get it rounded. One more time. Sit up tall. Hands behind the head. Up. Lean back. And then come forward and take a little gentle rounding forward. Good. And then roll it back up to tall. All right, now we're going to do a little bit of strengthening or toning for the neck muscles. These are isometrics, right? So we're going to use our hands on different places of the head to give us just something to gently push into to tone up some muscles. And then after doing that strengthening, we'll see if that's improved or changed our range of motion as we finish up with a couple more stretches for the neck. All right, so for our isometrics, we're going to start with your one hand. It could be fingertips. It could be the heel of your hand right there in the center of your forehead. All right, try to keep your head centered. Don't look over to that hand or that arm. All right, you can use your other arm to help hold that elbow if you want. All right, so I'm going to get real tall through the crown of my head, keep my chin slightly tucked, and just gently press into my hand and then relax. Press into the hand with the head and then relax. This is not a maximal press. It's pretty light. 2 more times. We're going to do about 5 each direction. You get to choose how strongly you're pressing. All right, relax. Let the hands drop for a moment. Again, we're going to keep checking that we're sitting up as tall as we can through the crown of the head, which is a little bit towards the back, right? It's not right here on the very top. It's a little bit back. All right, now we go back. You can take one or both hands to the back of your head. Keep the chin tucked, still up through the crown, and gently press back. The head pushes back into the hands, and then relax. Press back, relax. Press, relax. 2 more times. And then release. Always allowed to shake out, to move a little bit in between. All right, now we got rotation or the turning and also the tilting to still do. Now we're going to start with rotation. You're going to do right and left alternately, okay? So a hand or fingertips right on the temples or the sides of your head. And you're going to turn into the hand and then relax. Turn into the other hand and relax. Remember, this is an isometric, so we're not making really much, if any, movement. Just pushing, contracting into that block of the hands. Turning. 1 more time each side. Okay, take a little pause, drop the arms. The last one for isometrics will be the tilting. So the hands are going to be in the same place as they just were, except instead of turning into the hand, I'm going to tilt into the hand. Tilt into the hand. Alternate sides. Two more each side. All right, and then let those arms come down. Give a couple of slow shoulder rolls. This is kind of the best way to give yourself a little massage to those muscles near the base of the neck. All right, now a little bit more stretching. We're going to keep it pretty gentle. I feel it's my experience with my clients and in my physical therapy practice that smaller movements that have a little more dynamic aspect to them, meaning that I'm not trying to just hold a stretch. I'm going to move gently in and out of that stretch. I feel like that works better for the neck. So sit tall, drop the ear towards one shoulder. And then just start with a little rotation. So I'm tilted, and then I'm going to rotate my nose and my chin down towards the shoulder, and then rotate the nose and the chin up towards the ceiling. Rotate down, rotate up. These are small movements. Good, leave the chin down, drop the opposite arm down and out. So put a little stretch on that. And we're just gonna let that arm lift and then drop the arm back down. So now the head is staying still, but the arm and the shoulder are moving. When that arm lifts, the stretch goes away or goes on slack. And then as I reach the arm down and away, the stretch starts to come into that side of the neck. Up and down. 2 more. Good. Now bring that hand back to your lap. Roll the head forward. Pick that head up. Let's go the other way. Tilt the head over towards the other shoulder. Now let's just rotate a few times here. Rotate the nose down. Rotate the nose up. Small movements here. Next time that chin is down, nose is down towards the shoulder. Stay there. Let's do the arm thing now. So drop that opposite arm down and out. See how that feels? And then take a little movement there. The arm up some, and then the arm down and away. Let it float up. Drop it down and reach it. Reach it up. And then down. One more time. Bring the hand back to your lap, roll the head forward. Now we're going to keep the head here, chin towards the chest, but I'm still sitting up tall, right? I'm not slouching or sinking in the rest of my body, right? Chest is still up, shoulders are still back, just the head forward. If you want, you can take your hands on the back of your head, just give a little gentle extra sort of pull, but it should feel comfortable. No yanking, no forcing. And then slowly lift the head up. Let those hands slide down right into the curve of your neck, right? So just below the base of the skull. All right. And just with those hands interlaced there and the elbows coming a little bit forward, just see if you've got some room to tilt the chin up just slightly. This helps you keep that space, that length in the neck, having your hands there. And in fact, this could be a good way to view those fireworks later tonight. Putting your hands either at the base of your neck or around the back of your head when you're going to be looking up. Another great tip is to find a good spot to lie down on the ground and look up at the sky. That's sort of the best way to keep your neck from getting strained with that effort to see the fireworks. All right, now let's release. Bring the hands to the lap. Just bring the head back to center. Shake everything out a little bit. Just take a few moments to close the eyes, to breathe in and out. Notice how you feel through the neck and the upper back. All right, and then open the eyes, bring the hands together at the heart in a gesture of gratitude and thanks. We thank you for joining us on this 4th of July holiday, or whenever it is that you might come across this practice and find it useful. And we hope you all have a great rest of the 4th and enjoy looking at those fireworks tonight.
Thank you so very much, Becca. We're getting ready for tonight, and we hope everyone has a wonderful holiday celebration. And we look forward to having you again at Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. Have a great day. Bye.
Everybody stay safe.